Welcome to the madness that is motor events racing. Now, for those who haven't figured it out yet, these events are not that serious, but they're a hell of a lot of fun. So that means we're here to enjoy ourselves and just get out on the track. Now, being an endurance event, it's not all about maximum speed and overtaking everyone. What these events are about is consistency and keeping your car out on the track for as long as you can. It's about challenging yourself against similar vehicles and similar skilled drivers. It's 100% about having fun and supporting your teammates and your competitors. So to keep in line with this style of racing, we've got a few guidelines that we ask everyone to follow at our events. Now, out on the track there's a mixture of driving ability and different powered cars. So we want everyone to be courteous while they're out on the track. So to define what we mean by being courteous, we mean this: faster cars have the right of way. Now, they can't be bullies out there, but they do have the right of way. Overtaking is only to occur if you're a faster vehicle when it's safe to do so. No corner diving, no aggressive tactics to gain position. Now, for the slower vehicles, you must make an effort to assist overtaking from the higher brackets. There's no point in blocking these cars because you're not racing against them anyway, so it doesn't matter. What we want you to do is hold your racing line and allow the faster brackets to overtake when it's safe to do so. Now, if there's an emergency out on the track, if your car blows up or something goes wrong, we want you to pull off to the track in the safest area possible and wait for the recovery team to come and help you. Please do not get out of the car. The only reason that you should be getting out of the car is if you're in immediate danger, like your vehicle's on fire. If you have to do that, get out of the way quickly and safely, get behind a track barrier and wait for the fire crew and recovery team to come and help you. Now, when you're going through the pit areas, every vehicle must be going nice and slow, and by slow we mean first gear idle. When you're doing your pit stops, there's a mandatory minimum 5-minute pit stop time for all teams. We don't want you to rush. Please make sure the car's turned off before the driver gets out. During the driver changeover, make sure in all the excitement when the new driver hops in that his seatbelt's done up, that the helmet's on properly, that the gloves are on. Make sure they're nice and safe before they head out. When you're going to fuel your vehicle, fueling can only occur in the designated fueling space. Now, we have a very specific process for this which must be followed. When you go to fuel, the driver drives into the fuel area, he stops the car and he switches the car off. The driver exits the car as no one's allowed to be in the car while it's being fueled. The refueler and the fire safety team person then can refuel the vehicle. So you've got one person there pouring in the fuel, the other person's there with a fire extinguisher ready for action if anything happens. Everyone in the area must be fully clothed in safety gear. And by that we mean, as a minimum, a balaclava, your race suit, your gloves, and your shoes. Now, once refueling has taken place, you are able to do a driver change there, but you are not allowed to do any maintenance. You have a pit bay for a reason. We want you to keep vehicle maintenance and refueling completely separate. Now, we do have a great deal of safety measures here at these events, and we will rule with an iron fist to make sure that you race within the rules and regulations set out. Please look after and look over your fellow teammates and make sure they do the right thing, as the actions of one will fall on the entire team. Also, on your competitors, have a look. If you see someone doing something wrong or something dangerous, please pull them up. It's a group effort to keep everyone safe. Now, during our events, you always have to remember, it's always your fault. If anything happens on the track that shouldn't, any aggressive behaviour, if you drive beyond your skill level and you come off the track, you are to come and self-penalise. Now, a self-penalty is a pit lane drive-through where you will stop in front of the Motor Events Racing banner or flag and you will confess your sins to the Motor Events Master Mechanic. Now, if you're honest enough, your self-penalty may avoid you being in the sin bin or having to do a team challenge. Now, if we catch you doing stupid stuff, it will be a different story. So please be honest and self-penalise. Now, if you do happen to get penalised, there is 3 different options that you have when you get a penalty. Now the first option is you can go to the sin bin. Now you'll sit in the corner like a naughty child for a set period of time and you'll think about what you've done wrong. And then you're back out on the track. Option 2 is a team challenge, a little bit of fun. You and your team members will be set a challenge or a task to accomplish. Now the difficulty will increase with the severity of the penalty. And option number 3 is a bribe. You can avoid all of this by just donating a handsome sum of money to Rare Cancers Australia. Unfortunately, you won't escape a stern talking to from us, but you'll get out on the track a bit quicker. Now, whilst out on the track, there's a few race signals that you will need to be aware of and need to understand what they mean. If you see a yellow flag or a yellow light, this is the caution sign. Now, this requires the entire field to pull their speed back to 80 kilometres an hour. There's no overtaking. What it means is there's something on the track that you need to be aware of. So please be very diligent and aware of what's going on as we get it sorted. If you see a red light or a red flag, something has gone wrong on the track, we need you to slow right down. We want you to be going no quicker than 40 kilometres an hour and return to the pit lane as soon as possible. And of course it goes without saying, no overtaking under red flag either. Now if you see a bloke on the side of the track frantically waving a black flag and pointing at you like this, you've done something wrong and you've got to go back to the pits. So as soon as you can, get back to the pits and one of the motor events teams will love to tell you exactly what you've done wrong. Now a green flag or a green light requires responsible rejoining of the race. The race has recommenced, so make sure you're aware of your surroundings, get back out on the track, get back up to speed, and the race continues. Now of course there'll be more detailed instructions given at each particular event. So please, at the event, enjoy yourself, keep your teammates and everyone else safe, and we look forward to seeing you on the track.